unconstitutionally as compared to the claim that it's the Congress who acted unconstitutionally because of the fact that nagkaroon sila ng judicial overreach dahil ang punto nga nila, sinasabi nila na to be able for the Supreme Court to intervene, kailangan may grave abuse of discretion. So the question is, nagkaroon ba ng grave abuse of discretion? And based on the Supreme Court ruling, ang lumalabas dito, may dalawa silang puntong nilalabas. Number one, the one-year bar rule. Number two, yung due process. At yun ang dalawang rason na binigay nila kung bakit sinabi nila nagkaroon ng grave abuse of discretion. So those are the points I want to make, and I'd love to now hear attorney's point on this, and then we can talk about the details of this moving forward.
Okay, attorney, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, yun na naman na narinig ko kay paring Cristal, no? Yung feel niya. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, the law has no feelings. So kahit yung feelings mo, hindi ito i-consider. And the law does not consider the feelings also of those who are involved in a case. Kaya nga, impartial siya eh. It's automatic that in every ruling, there is a disgruntled person. Ibig sabihin, yung losing side, talagang magiging malungkot yan. Yung losing side, talagang magrereklamo yan. Pero that does not give you the permission to actually trample on the Supreme Court, to actually attack the Supreme Court, sabihin, bawasan nyo yung confidence ng mga tao sa Supreme Court in saying na mali sila, and what is worse is the people who are saying na mali yung Supreme Court, they don't actually understand the law. Mm-hmm. That's why people who actually are in law practice undergo a lot of training. The very reason is because you don't only master your knowledge with the law, you also master your emotions. Why? Because whenever you act with your emotions in relation to the law, then definitely you'll be at the losing side. Ngayon, itong Supreme Court, sinabi mo na sila ay unconstitutional sa kanilang ginawa. Ngayon, sila din ang magsasabi niyan. O sino ang magsasabi? Di ba? Kasi nga, ito yung issue dyan. All these three branches of the government, meron silang kanya-kanyang role. Sinasabi nyo na kailangan irespeto ng Supreme Court ang role ng House of Representatives to initiate impeachment complaints, di ba? That's given. The Supreme Court actually was clear on that. Pero you are not respecting the role also of the Supreme Court to review whether or not matters that are undergone or undertaken by any of the institutionalities of the government or people working under the government if they are unconstitutional. So yun, yung Supreme Court 13-0. It's clear as day. Walang nag-dissent. So sino pa ang mas pinakamagaling sa kanila? Siguro, tignan natin ngayon. Okay.
Okay. So we can start with the your answer in regards to that, Mr. Tan. I'm going to set up the timer in 5 minutes and go.
Okay. So attorney, so maganda yung mga sinabi mo, no, pero I'd like to answer, siguro maybe I'd love to ask you a question. Siguro yun na lang, ano. Do you think ba that the Supreme Court has the authority to interpret the internal rules of Congress? At tingin mo ba may grave abuse of discretion ng Congress? Siguro yun na lang muna. Tingin mo ba may grave abuse of discretion ng ating Kongreso?
Well, interpretation of the internal rules of the Congress, of course, wala. Diba? Ngayon, yung tingin ko kung may grave abuse of discretion na ginawa dun sa Kongreso, maybe in the matter of, well, in its generic sense, in the matter of not giving due process. Yun.
Okay. Okay, so when you say not giving due process, which part of the due process ang hindi binigay sa ating respondent?
Well, due process is very simple naman eh. Due process is the right to be heard. If you read the decision of the Supreme Court, sinabi doon na dapat nagkaroon ng pagkakataon itong si Sara Duterte na makita, mabasa yung complaint, sumagot man lang, tapos at least naman itong mga House of Representatives, and not only 1/3 of them, but all of them as a collegial body should have deliberated. Dapat nag-usap-usap sila. You are representatives of the people. You are a collegial body. Ang isang House of Representatives, hindi yan individually. Iba yan. Pag individual ka, hindi ka House of Representatives. You are not a collegial body. So if you are actually asking for the voice of the people, it is the voice of the House of Representatives as a collegial body. So yun ang dapat ginawa nila.
Okay. So, nung sinabi mo na hindi nila ginawa dahil hindi nila binigyan ng pagkakataon yung respondent sumagot at mag-explain, saan niya nakalagay sa Section 3 ng ating Article 11, which is the accountability of public officers in the Constitution? Which
Okay,
section
ito
is it
kasi.
in which paragraph?
Okay. Itong sinasabi mo na section tsaka paragraph,
Yes.
you are misled again. Okay? Because the issue here is the Constitution, correct?
Yes.
Dahil sa Constitution, merong Bill of Rights, correct?
Yes.
Okay, the Bill of Rights said, no person should be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Ang
Absolutely.
sinabi ng Supreme Court dyan, hindi mo pwedeng ihiwalay yan. Sinabi rin ng Supreme Court doon sa decision, in all stages of the impeachment, due process must be observed. Why? Because that is a mandate of the Constitution.
Pakiulit lang ulit yung sinabi mo about the due process. Yung description, yung sinabi mo.
No person should be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Okay. Right. Will Sara Duterte be deprived of life, liberty, or life, liberty, or property with the impeachment?
Yeah, well, essentially, pag titignan mo kasi, no, ang trabaho, property. Why? Because even if they are public servants, they don't have a right, okay, to that particular position, kasi nga, that is a public position, pero when it comes to their salaries, when it comes to their compensation, because of course, that those are also due compensation sa kanila, kapag tatanggalin mo sila unreasonably, it is also not allowed by the Constitution. That's why even public servants, okay, although hindi sila under the DOLE, they are under the Civil Service Commission, they are also removed in relation to due process.
Okay, so with regards to due process kasi lahat yan may tamang panahon kung kailan mag-explain. At pag tinignan natin yung Section 3 and even the internal rules of Congress, nakalagay naman dito that the respondent will have a chance to be able to explain their side and present evidence to support their case pagdating na sa Committee on Justice. Pag na-verify and na-endorse yung complaint from after the 10 session days, then na-refer na yan sa Committee on Justice. Pero kung makakuha kasi yan ng one-third signatures ng ating Congress, then diretso na yan, matatransmit na yan sa Senado where in the Senate trial, magkakaroon ng opportunity yung ating respondent na i-defend yung sarili niya. Ganun lang naman talaga yung proseso and it's always been like that. So what part of this was hindi na-afford ng due process? If you think about it, hindi nga tayo umabot sa punto na magkakaroon ng Senate trial para ma-explain niya yung side niya
Ito kasi, you are
Already
misled.
5 minutes, so let's
Okay, I'll just answer that.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, ito kasi you're misled again. Ngayon, yung sinasabi nyo na internal rules, the Constitution, okay, is above and mightier than all internal rules. Okay? Tapos, aside from that, we are not talking about the internal rules here, but we are talking about the Constitution. Bakit? Kasi nga, the internal rules of any tribunal still cannot violate the Constitution because it contains the basic rights of every individual. So, it reigns paramount. Kaya nga, that's the mother of all laws. Pag violate mo yung Constitution, no matter what you are doing, well, hindi tama yan.
So sa Article 11 is part of the Constitution, is that right?
It is part of the Constitution.
Okay. So kung ganon, kung parte yan ng Constitution, sa nangyari ngayon, lumalabas, parang sinundan naman nila yung Constitution according to every single paragraph on Section 3. Unless nga hindi ako nakita or mali yung pagka-interpret ko, attorney, wala ako nakikita dito na ginawa nila silang mali. Kasi, and you've heard me say this naman, na yung nasampay yung tatlong impeachment complaint. Tapos, within the 10 session days, hindi pa naman nag-expire yung 10 session days, may pumasok na 4th impeachment complaint. And the 4th impeachment complaint got 1/3 of the House to sign it. Therefore, tumuloy na yan sa Senate. According to the rules, yan ang kailangan mangyari. It has to be transmitted immediately. Ngayon, I argue that if, for example, tinuloy nila yung tatlong impeachment complaint after na-transmit na sa Senate at na-initiate na yung impeachment proceedings, edi sa ganun, Kongreso mismo ang magva-violate nung one-bar rule, one impeachment rule, pag pinatuloy nila yung tatlo. That's why they had to archive it.
Pwede ko pa bang sagutin yun o time is up na?
Yeah, I'll just allow it na. Just go ahead and
Okay.
answer that, and then we'll have it on your side naman, Attorney Liban.
Okay, ito kasi yung issue diyan talaga. What you don't understand is the Supreme Court is the final arbiter, and yung Supreme Court ang talagang tumitingin sa batas para masunod lahat ito. Meron tayong rule na what you cannot do directly, you cannot do indirectly. So ang nangyayari kasi dito, no, there is actually unfairness if the Secretary General will be given that power. Pag titignan mo kasi, ang pinaka-issue dito na sinabi rin ng Supreme Court, dyan sa sinasabi nyo na pagtago at saka pag-archive, okay, pagtago at saka pag-archive is the Secretary General, sinabi niya na dahil walang sinabi sa akin kung kailan ko itra-transmit at ang nakalagay lang doon ay immediately, ibig sabihin, kaya kong i-transmit yan anytime I want. Di ba? Nagkaroon siya ng declaration na ganun doon sa mga interviews niya sa media. Ngayon, doon pa lang makikita na natin na hindi member naman ng House of Representatives itong Secretary General. Why does the Secretary General that have that much of a control? Diba? Doon pa lang makikita na natin yung problema. Ngayon, doon sa sinasabi nyo naman na walang violation kasi nga in-archive nila, sinabi ng Supreme Court at sinagot yan. There was inaction. It's unfair naman kasi if there is an inaction and eventually dismissal of complaints, it can go the other way around. Paano kapag yung mga malalakas na complaints ay yung in-archive? Paano pag yun ang in-archive? Di magrereklamo naman yung kabila kasi bakit yung weak na complaint ang pinapasok nyo? Di ba? So, if you will actually let the House of Representatives, especially the Secretary General, have that discretion, kayang-kaya niyang salain. Tropa ko ba si Presidente? Tropa ko ba si Vice President? Ay, tropa ko yan. O sige, ang ipapasa ko yung pinakamahina. O kaya, ang gagawin nila, tropa ng buong House of Representatives. Itong Vice President natin, anong gawin natin? I-archive natin lahat. So, ano na mangyayari? If they are given that power at binigyan sila ng kapangyarihan na gawin yon, then there will be no impeachment process.
Right.
Sila na lang ang mag-decide.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so let's have yung moment naman para kay Attorney Liban. We have 5 minutes, so we're going to start the counter now.
Okay. Sige ako naman. Let's start doon sa initiation. Okay? Ngayon, kasi sinasabi nyo na okay na naman yung ginawa ng House of Representatives at walang problema. My first question with you, for you is, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng immediately doon sa role ng Secretary General sa pag-transmit o pag-endorse niya sa Committee on Justice ng impeachment complaints?
Right. Saan nakalagay yung immediately sa Articles of Impeachment? Ay sa Article 11.
Sa Constitution yon. Sa Constitution nakalagay diyan na dapat kapag merong complaint na pinasa, well, hindi ko kasi matandaan yung exact na provision Okay. Pero it must be on this one. Sinabi dito na it must be transmitted or endorsed immediately to the Committee on Justice.
Yeah. So if it's okay, I'll read it. Section 3, paragraph 2, nakalagay dito, a verified complaint for impeachment may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or any citizen upon a resolution or endorsement by the member thereof, which shall be included in the order of business within 10 session days and referred to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter. Then the committee, after hearing and by a majority vote of all its members, shall submit its report to the House within 60 session days from such referral, together with the corresponding resolution. The resolution shall be calendared for consideration by the House within 10 session days from receipt thereof. Wala dito nakalagay na immediately. So, yung akin lang, malinaw lang kasi dito na nakalagay that they have to do it within 10 session days. And if they do it within 10 session days, then they're compliant with the Constitution.
So okay, sige. Pero meron 'yon. Doon na lang tayo doon sa alam mo, okay? Ito na lang. Kasi iba yung sinasite mo I'm sorry, hindi ko kasi kabisado yung citation na 'yon.
It's okay.
Pero section 3 lang yung binasa mo. Hindi yung section 3 yung inaano ko. Sabi dito sa comment section, pero meron 'yon, nandun sa decision 'yon page 59 of the Supreme Court decision. Pero sige kasi hindi mo naman kabisado 'yon. Let's move on to the topic na lang na ano bang pinakakabisado mong topic dito sa sa usapan na ito para doon ko na lang titira
all
yung
of, I'm
mga...
okay with all of it. Siguro para lang kasi yung point ko lang dito is that the House followed kasi the rules na 10 session days. Ngayon, kung lumampas sila sa 10 session days, may ibang usapan na yan. I think we will both agree na pag lumampas sila sa 10 session days, tapos sa 3 session days nila, hindi pala sinabit sa Committee on Justice, o I'm sorry, ni-refer, then that would be in violation of their constitutional duty to hold this officer to account,
Okay,
di ba?
sige.
Pero
Wait,
kasi
pero
umabot naman
pero
within the 10 session days eh.
kaya nga ito nga, in-issue ba ng Supreme Court kasi ba yung 10 session days na yan o hindi?
It's on the Constitution. So, Constitution, in my
Hindi,
opinion, reigns
kaya nga,
supreme.
is that an issue doon sa Supreme Court decision or not?
Oh yeah, okay, good question. Actually,
Di ba?
hindi 10 session
Hindi,
days yung...
sandali. You answer first, yes or no.
Yes.
Is it an issue doon para makuha ko kung ano yung
Yes.
magiging sagot mo? Is
Yeah.
it an issue doon sa Supreme Court decision or not?
Not the 10 session days, no.
Correct, 'di ba?
Yeah,
So why are
but
we
your
talking
issue
about
was
it?
immediately, sabi mo.
Wait. Kaya nga, pero so why are we talking about it if it is not actually an issue that was tackled upon by the Supreme Court? Ito kasi ang problema sa inyo. Ang nangyayari sa inyo, nagkakaroon kayo ng straw man. Naglalagay kayo, nagsasabi kayo ng ginawa ng Supreme Court na hindi naman nila ginawa. Parang yan. 'Di ba? Okay, I'll proceed to my next question.
Yes, please.
Ngayon, nakalagay din doon sa Supreme Court decision na mas maganda sana kung ang ginawa ng Congress ay kinonsolidate yung mga petitions. Do you agree with that or not? Tapos, ano bang ibig sabihin ng consolidation sa'yo?
Sure. I don't think it makes a difference whether they consolidated or not. But they have the right to consolidate. Nakalagay din yan sa ruling ng Supreme Court na pwedeng i-consolidate. But do they have to do it? No, they don't. Wala
Hindi,
naman
pero
nakalagay
yun nga,
na kailangan
tanong ko
i-consolidate eh.
Ano ba ang definition mo ng consolidation?
Putting together all the different complaints and the pieces of it to have one complaint.
Paano nila ipuput together?
By
Kasi
writing it
napanood ko
together.
yung napanood ko yung
Yeah.
live stream nyo ba yung
Yep.
video nyo ni
Yep.
ni Mr. Llamas. And
Pero again attorney kasi hindi naman natin alam kung kinonsolidate ba o hindi. Kasi chine-check ko rin kung may any interviews done with the Congress that they said they consolidated or not. So
hindi, pero
it's-
let's not talk about them. Let's talk about you because I want
Sure.
to pick your brain at this
Just to let you know,
moment.
you already hit your 5 minutes, Mr. Libayan. Pero let's try to close it up for this.
Okay.
Okay. So kasi ito kasi 'yon, no. Sinabi nyo dun sa consolidation na de facto, 'di ba? You agreed with your partner na si Llamas na de facto na consolidate kasi kumuha kayo ng pieces from the different complaints tapos nagawa yung parang fourth
Okay.
impeachment complaint. Tama ba?
Sure, we can play that scenario if you want. Sure, go ahead.
So you can't remember.
No, I don't. But we can. I don't mind if you believe that
But
sinasabi ko they
will you trust
consolidated.
me?
I'm okay
Ganun
with that
talaga yung
argument.
sinabi nyo and I remember it very well even if
Sure.
you play it or not.
Yeah, go. So what's your what's the point? What are you trying to at what point are you trying to come across?
So yung sinasabi ko nga sa inyo, na sinasabi nyo na hindi pwedeng i-consolidate doon sa pagkakataon na yon. O kaya,
Sinabi namin hindi pwede consolidate?
hindi. Ang sinabi nyo kasi, yung parang, hindi naman technically, directly, I'm sorry, hindi nyo sinabing hindi pwedeng i-consolidate. Kasi nga, ang problema ko, mali ang definition nyo sa consolidation. So, when you are talking about it, it's actually wrong. Kaya nga tinatanong ko sa inyo, we are doing this for educational purposes because
Absolutely.
you are actually spreading misinformation doon sa mga tao. Kaya nga I'm asking you about consolidation
Sure.
for you to also correct yourself. Because
Absolutely.
it is not good, di ba? It is not good for people to actually learn it from you and learn the wrong thing.
So what are you asking me, attorney, para I can answer you? Ano po yung punto nyo
I'm
na
asking you
pinaparating nyo?
about consolidation and what you think about it because like I said, we
Okay.
don't want the people to be misled, especially
Absolutely.
the viewers.
Okay,
Diba? So what do you think about consolidation?
sure.
How is consolidation done?
I'm sorry, what was the question? The last question?
What is consolidation to you and how is it done?
Okay, so consolidation is putting together the previous impeachment complaints and then putting it into one. That's
Who
how
will
I
do
understand consolidation.
Who will do that? Who will do that?
The House, but again,
So you're
again,
not sure.
No, I'm not sure actually. But why does that matter? I'm
Exactly.
curious. Kasi think about it. Whether they were consolidated or not, wala naman nakalagay na hindi pwedeng i-consolidate.
Pero
Right?
that's my point kasi you're not sure about the things that you are saying.
Are
And
you
you are
sure
saying
ba?
that the Supreme Court
Sige, I'll ask you
I'm
that
very
question.
sure. I'm
Ano,
very
ano,
sure.
nag-consolidate or hindi?
Yeah,
Huh?
gentlemen.
Hindi
I mean, what's
kinonsolidate.
Oh, yun. Okay. So, di hindi. O, anong punto mo?
I want to correct the wrong information that you are telling the people about the
No.
law.
The
Yun kasi
question,
yun.
sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, yun yung punto ko doon. Kasi nga, the
What was
very
your...
reason why nagkaroon ng hamon na ganito is for you to correct me and for me to correct you. And
Yep.
for the people to benefit from it.
Absolutely.
Right? That's why I'm
And
asking you those questions.
Okay. So, with regards to the
Okay, sige.
consolidation, the question was, is it legal to consolidate or not? That was the question.
No,
I
no,
remember...
my question is, do you know consolidation and who does the consolidation? Who does the consolidation and what is consolidation?
Yeah, consolidation again is putting together the impeachment complaints into one impeachment complaint. Again, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, you're not
Okay,
sure. That's why, and you're
I
telling
know, I'm
the
not sure
Supreme
what your
Court that
point
they are
is.
wrong.
Yeah,
Di
again,
ba?
I'm not sure
I
what
guess
your
we're going.
point
We're going
is.
on a. I think we're also
Okay,
going
sige,
back
sige.
and forth
Let's-
now.
Yeah, we're
dun
going
sa,
in circles.
House Resolution Chamber. Yeah, we're going.
Okay,
We're going
okay.
out topic on
Sorry,
this one. So,
moderator.
yeah, it's all good, attorney. So, we'll give you the chance for this one, Mr. Tan. You have 5 minutes and go.
O sige, so anyway, yung siguro magandang pag-usapan natin ngayon is, yun na nga, kailan ba na, I don't know if this is an issue with you, attorney, or not, pero it might be, kasi I've heard arguments nga na sinasabi nila na dapat ang initiated is impeachment proceedings initiated happens when a complaint is filed and referred. And the other side is saying, the Supreme Court is now changing that very definition and now saying filed na lang, hindi na kailangan daw i-refer. At yung pagkapalit nun is interesting to me dahil ginagawa nila ngayon na retroactive yung pagpalit ng kanilang interpretation. That's their own interpretation from yung Francisco ruling. So kaya nagulat ako na ginawa nila yung pagpalit ng interpretation. And I want to add na dahil pinalitan yung interpretation na to, ang magiging problema nga natin ngayon ay basta na lang kahit sino pwede na ngayon mag-file at ma-trigger yung 1-year bar rule.
Okay.
So I'll keep it to 2
Wala.
points para lang we can
Okay, sige.
yeah, para hindi
That's
marami.
a very good question, actually. Ito lang, no? Like I said, you guys are misled again. Okay? Yung Supreme Court, hindi niya pinalitan yung Francisco ruling. In fact, nagkaroon ng enhancement doon sa trigger ng 1-year bar rule. Okay? So, to explain it to you, no? Ang nangyari diyan, kailan magkakaroon o mati-trigger ang 1-year bar rule? Number 1, when the impeachment complaint is initiated. Francisco, 'di ba?
When the impeachment proceeding is initiated, not complaint.
Well, yeah. Sige. Well, Francisco. Basta number 1 is Francisco, 'di ba?
Yes.
Supreme Court. Actually, sinight din
Yes.
nila yon doon sa kanilang
Yes.
Supreme ruling. Doon sa Duterte versus House of Representatives, which is the current case that we are talking about, okay, they did not speak about initiation there. Correct? Ang sinabi nila, inaction and adjournment of the Congress. That triggered the 1-year bar rule in relation to the Constitution. Kasi nga, ang sabi niya doon, the cases that were archived were effectively dismissed. Correct? So, you don't see any initiation there. You don't see any modification from the Francisco, but there is actually an addition, supplement to when the 1-year bar rule will be triggered. And also in the decision, sinabi na dapat magkaroon ng due process. So, mali kasi yung pagkaintindi ng mga tao in relation to the Francisco ruling. It was not actually modified. It's still there. Okay? It will still be deemed initiated kung gumalaw yung elemento doon sa Francisco. Ngayon, pag Sara Duterte versus House of Representatives, gagalaw na rin yung 1-year bar rule. Ganon yon.
Okay. So you raised 2 points, One was the inaction. So we go back to that argument kung nagkaroon ba ng inaction. Kasi ang tanong ko lang, within the 10 session days, hindi tayo umabot, di ba? Kasi bakit tayo hindi umabot?
Well, ewan ko, wala ako dun eh.
what happened that caused the three impeachment complaints to be archived?
Well, in action, then
Because
action, then archival.
no, because there was a fourth impeachment complaint that received over one-third signatory. So because there was one-third signatories with that fourth impeachment complaint, kailangan nila yun i-transmit agad. Agad yun That has to happen immediately, sent to Senate. Because of that, they cannot act on the three. Kasi pag gumalaw ang Kongreso natin doon sa tatlong impeachment complaint at inendorso yan sa Committee on Justice, then lalabag sila sa one-year rule.
Okay, so kunwari ito nga, I'll help you here. Kung in-endorse nila, tapos lalabag sila sa one-year bar rule, di ba? So, effectively, madidismiss yung tatlo. Di ba?
No, magte-take effect yung one-year bar rule and then sasabihin hindi pwede, then unconstitutional.
Oh, so unconstitutional na. Oh, pero ito, sige. Hindi ako magtatanong. I'll answer your question.
Sure.
Ito kasi yung sinasabi mo na naman. May conflict na naman kasi doon nagkikreate kayo ng conflict doon sa mga lugar na walang conflict. Okay? Kaya nga yung Supreme Court sinabi niya na kapag nangyari yung mga ganyan na pagkakataon, matitrigger yung one-year bar rule. Do you understand now? So parang ganito lang, no? If you are setting up rules, parang naglalaro kayo, mga bata kayo, naglalaro kayo, okay? Tapos yung kunwari ang laro nyo tumbang preso, 'di ba? Tapos unang-una yung rule, sabi ganyan, foul kapag hinarangan mo ng paa mo yung lata. Sabi niya, 'di ba? Sige, bawal 'yon, sabi niya. Tapos mamaya ang ginawa ng tao, tinapakan niya yung lata. Do syempre, papaluin mo, titirahin mo ng titirahin, hindi matutumba yung lata. Tapos ngayon sinabi, okay, ngayon, pati pagtapak sa lata, bawal na rin. Bakit? Because that is the evil that you are seeking to avoid also. Unfairness. Ganon ang ginawa ng Supreme Court. To avoid unfairness, nagdagdag sila ng isa pang pagkakataon para matrigger yung one-year bar rule. Gets?
Sorry, medyo hindi ko maintindihan yung hindi ko ma-directly correlate yan dun sa pinag-uusapan natin. I kind of see what you're saying, pero maybe a better example.
I'll explain to you. You need further explanation?
No, maybe let me try. Let me try to see kung mas okay ba to.
Sige.
Yung narinig mo naman yung sinabi kong argumento, 'di ba, na parang sinabi mo nga sa isang tao, let's say attorney, may utang ako sa yung pera, usapan natin, you pay me back in 10 days, right? Tapos you had the money na pala on the 3rd day, pero you were able to pay me on the 10th day. Nilabag mo ba yung usapan natin?
Okay. Ito mali kasi.
So yun, try to answer that. Nilabag mo ba?
Hindi ko linabag. Pero mali kasi yung analogy mo.
Meron bang inaction?
What do you mean inaction?
Inaction. Meron, 'di ba kasi ang argumento na binibigay natin dito ay sinasabi mo na may inaction na ginawa ang Kongreso by not taking up the 3 impeachment complaints. So dahil nga ang point ko naman is wala pang inaction kasi hindi nga umabot ng hindi lumampas ng 10 session days. So, same with this argument of the money owed, kung basta binayaran mo ko on the 10th day, wala kang ginawang inaction. Yun yung punto ko lang. Kasi nabayaran pa naman ako eh. Kung lumampas ka sa 10 session days, then may problema tayo. Then I would say, nilabag mo yung Constitution. Yun lang yung point ko.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Tapos na yung ano mo, so the next one will be si Attorney Libayan. Just giving you guys a heads up.
Sagutin ko lang ito.
Yes, please.
Go for it, sir.
Mali kasi rin yung point of view nyo. Unang-una, ang Supreme Court dito, no, yung point of view niya, nagbabawal siya sa bagay na bawal gawin. Okay? Yung sa inyo, yung analogy nyo, no, yung pinagbabawalan nyo o sinasabi, o yung action na gagawin ng tao na pagbabayad, hindi yun bawal. Kaya mali yung punto de vista nyo. Bawal ba siyang magbayad on the first day? Bawal ba siyang magbayad on the second day? On the 30th day? Hindi bawal yon. Ngayon, bawal ba ang multiple complaints o many complaints within a year? Bawal. So, hindi tama yung analogy na ginagamit nyo. Kasi nga, anytime magbabayad ako, bawal. Pero anytime mag-file ako ng impeachment complaint, bawal. Di ba? Yun ang mali doon. Okay?
Alright. Shin, can I respond or move on na tayo?
Okay, well, we only have 45 minutes left. I mean 15 minutes left. We've been on that 45-minute mark
it's okay.
na, pero
We can,
if you want to actually answer, I'm
Okay
completely
lang
fine
naman
with
sa
that.
akin
Yeah.
if ano,
Ay, okay.
yung moderator na lang. Sige. Basta I'm fine.
Yeah,
Yung
sorry,
moderator.
sige.
you guys are fine. You guys are okay. So go ahead, Mr. Tan, if you want to answer.
Okay. So, yung tanong, yung binanggit mo, no, attorney, ano, sabi mo na ang bawal ay yung pagfa-file ng 3 impeachment complaint. Tama ba pagkaintindi ko?
Hindi. Ang bawal ma-violate yung 1 year per
Per-
impeachment proceedings.
Okay.
Yun, yung
Okay.
1 year
So,
bar rule.
tama. Bawal nga yun so, hindi bawal yung mag-file ng 3. Ang sinasabi mo lang, bawal na 3 ang ma-initiate in terms of impeachment proceedings. Agree tayo doon?
No.
Oh, we don't
Kasi
agree
nga,
with
pag
that.
initiate, no, I don't agree with you there.
Okay.
Kasi pag initiate, tulad nga ng sinabi ko sa inyo, it's not initiation that was the issue here. The issue was an action, then
Right.
adjournment of the Congress.
Right. Okay, that's why I brought up the issue of inaction. And then because nga ang pinag-uusapan natin is inaction. At ano bang definition ng inaction? Kung nakalagay sa ating konstitusyon na meron kang 10 araw para i-endorso, to take it on the order of business, tapos i-refer mo sa Committee on Justice after the 10 session days, basta nagawa mo yun, edi walang nilabag na batas. Yun lang naman ang punto. Hindi nalabag yung konstitusyon. Yun.
Mali rin kasi yung pinaglalagyan nyo nung inaction eh. Inaction was actually, ultimately, walang nangyari doon sa 3 impeachment complaints na yon. It was merely archived.
Yes. Why was it
So yun,
archived?
kasi ibig sabihin nito, parang ako, naglalakad ako, di ba? Tapos eventually tumigil ako. May inaction ba on my part? Although initially naglalakad ako. I was moving, then eventually I had an inaction.
Okay.
Inaction pa rin yun.
Okay. But in this case, siguro if it's okay, let me ask, why do you think the 3 impeachment complaints were archived?
Well, tulad nga ng sinabi ko, the 3 impeachment complaints were archived. I don't know. That's the syempre that's the wisdom of the House of Representatives na
Right.
I cannot dwell on that one. Pero ang
Okay.
alam ko yung reasoning ng Supreme Court kasi nga sila yung final arbiter of constitutionality of matters.
Yes. Okay. So I don't mind. We can talk about the idea that the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of constitutional matters, right? But the Constitution is still above.
Ganito na lang para tumuloy na tayo diyan kasi turn ko na
Okay.
nakikita
Yeah, I
ko
think
na si
it's-
moderator
yeah, kasi
parang
I think,
ano ba
Ay,
sabihin
sige,
nila di ako
moderator.
marunong ng moderator sabi niya.
Kaya
bait-bait
kanina
ko.
pa ako malapit na kayo magsabog,
Sorry,
nararamdaman ko na kayo
kasalanan
dalawa eh.
Kasalanan namin. Ako
Yeah.
na magtatanong.
Okay.
Let's go to that point.
Yeah, let's start with you,
the
Attorney
Supreme
Libayan,
Court being the
Yeah,
final
5 minutes
arbiter of
Yeah.
constitutional matters. Can you explain that to me?
That they're the final interpreter of the Constitution, but they only can do that if there's grave abuse of discretion.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Because you're talking about the code
So ibig sabihin,
government.
okay, wait. So ibig sabihin, sinabi mo they can only do that if there is grave abuse of discretion. Ibig
Yes.
sabihin ba dito walang grave abuse of discretion?
Wala. Kasi grave abuse of
Wala.
discretion means that you violated the Constitution that you swore to. And did they violate that Constitution? No. They followed it to the letter. And even
Okay.
when we talk, lumalabas naman dito na obvious na sinundan nila yung Constitution.
Okay, so obvious na sinundan nila yung Constitution. Yung pag-trigger ba ng 1-year bar rule, hindi ba violation ng Constitution yon?
Hindi naman na-trigger kasi isa lang ang impeachment
hindi,
proceeding
hindi.
na na-initiate.
Hindi, yung tanong ko nga, yes or no? If
No.
the 1-year bar rule was triggered, is it a
No.
violation of the Constitution?
It
No.
wasn't triggered. Yun ang
Okay,
tanong mo,
ito.
di ba? So no, it wasn't.
Kapag may violation of due process of law, is it a violation of the Constitution?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Pero
Absolutely.
yung 1-year bar, pag na-trigger yon, hindi yun violation ng Constitution. Is that your
Pag-
final answer?
I'm sorry? Pag ano?
Pag na-trigger, yung 1-year bar rule.
Pag
tungkol sa
na-trigger.
impeachment,
Pag
yes,
na-trigger, of course
yun,
it's a violation.
it's a violation, di ba?
Pag na-trigger.
Now, who will decide on that?
The thing is, it wasn't violated.
No,
because
my
according
question
to the
is who will decide on that?
Attorney, according to the Constitution, one impeachment proceeding initiated per year. And there was only one.
Kaya nga, pero wag muna tayo dyan.
na-violate?
May
That's
question.
black and
May
white yun
question. Hindi, ang question ko sa'yo, sino
Black
ang
and white yun,
mag-decide
Wala na
kung
time, wala
kung
na time.
merong na-violate? Siyempre,
Kung meron,
be
oo,
responsive
kung-
naman. Be
yes, kasi kung may
I'm being
na-violate, tama
responsive
ka.
to your question.
Right.
Be responsive
Tama ka.
to my
I'll
questions also.
Sure.
Di ba?
I'll answer the question.
Oh, who will decide if there was a
Yes.
violation of the Constitution?
Yes. Pag na-violate, yes, the Supreme Court does.
The Supreme Court does.
Absolutely.
May kapangyarihan ba na mag-decide si Romualdez tungkol sa violation ng Constitution?
Wala.
Si Kristan, meron ba?
Wala.
Si Llamas, meron ba?
Wala.
Si Attorney Libayan, meron ba?
Wala.
Okay. So, ngayon, meron pa ako.
Uh, go ahead if you want.
Okay. Sige. Dito naman
Got
tayo
2 more
ngayon. Okay. Where do you draw the line between criticisms, okay, and destroying the reputation of the Supreme Court?
I don't know where to draw that line, to be honest with you. Kasi I believe that the Constitution affords us freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And para sa akin, may karapatan tayong lahat mag-criticize. Again, kung ano yung line na yun, unless it's stated in the Constitution, the actual line, I don't think it's a hard line. I think it could be a gray area that could be left to interpretation.
Okay. So, well, doon din yung problema ko. You don't know actually where to draw the line. So,
would you
I
like
will
to tell
ask
me
you
where to draw the
specific
line?
questions. Okay? Yeah, sabi mo, hindi mo alam eh. So, I'll ask you specific questions na lang. Okay?
Sure.
If you attack the Supreme Court as an institution, is that freedom of speech?
Yes.
Yes. If you attack the individual justices being appointees of Duterte, is that freedom of expression?
What do you mean by attack them being appointees of Duterte?
Well, in any manner.
Like,
Parang-
give me an example of how an attack...
So sasabihin niya, kaya ganyan yung decision nila kasi appointee ni Duterte yan.
Okay. Kaya ganyan ang decision din appointing ni Duterte.
Yes.
The question is that an attack?
Yeah. Or mas maganda yung tanong, is that freedom of expression?
Yes.
That's freedom of expression.
Absolutely.
Pag sinabi mong tuta ng Supreme
Opinion
Court,
mo yun eh.
ha? Opinion mo yun.
Opinion mo yun eh. Wala
Okay.
naman nagsabi na hindi... bawal ba magkaroon ng opinion? I mean, do we live in an
Hindi na,
authoritarian
hindi na
regime?
bawal.
I mean, baka back then we did, but now we don't. So,
Well, hindi
bakit
naman bawal
bawal
magkaroon
magsabi
ng
ng ganun?
opinion. Pero, ito. Sige, ito.
I mean,
If you
bawal ba? I
attack
don't know. Bawal ba?
yung, hindi naman bawal magkaroon ng
exactly.
opinion.
So, yun.
For sure. Okay,
Kalma,
dito
guys.
tayo.
Kalma, guys.
Dito
Let's cut
tayo.
a little bit of the analogies here. No, focus on
Ako
that
na ba?
topic.
Okay. Oo nga.
Okay, we only got like 10 seconds left. Attorney Libayan. It's gonna be Kristan's turn. It's gonna be Kristan's turn.
Sige.
after this.
Ito. If you attack the Supreme Court decision, is that freedom of expression?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's draw the line. Okay. Now, in the Supreme Court decision, are we talking about the Supreme Court itself?
No.
No, correct. In the Supreme Court decision, are we talking about the individual justices?
No.
No, di ba? Ngayon, we can talk about the Supreme Court decision, correct?
Yes.
So, for us to have an actual discourse here that is maayos at within the bounds of the freedom of expression, we should not attack the Supreme Court as an institution kasi nga, hindi naman yun yung issue at number 2, the individual justices because that is not an issue even if it is an opinion. Kasi nga, ito, sasabihin ko sa inyo and for the people who are also listening, di ba? Pag ikaw, tayong dalawa, nag-uusap tayo, may opinion akong masama sa'yo. Di ba? May opinion akong masama sa'yo.
Yep.
Sa tingin mo ba, lalabag ako sa freedom of expression ko o pwede ako makasuhan ng libel?
Depende kung ano yung sinabi mo kung libelous o hindi. Pero you can attack. For example, attorney, I mean, I watched your video. Tinawag mo kong bobo, syunga.
Yeah.
Ano mo sinabi? Could that be libelous? Depends. But, you know, for me, I've always believed that we both have the freedom to express ourselves and I'm okay with it. I'm really okay na ginawa mo yun. That's why I didn't mind going on a debate with you because para sa akin, that is your right as a citizen to express your thoughts on me. Kung naniniwala ka na ganun ako, I'm okay with it. And that is fundamental to basic human rights and the Constitution.
Pero ito ang sasabihin ko sa iyo, I called you bobo and syunga in relation to what you were saying. And not because of you as a person.
Yeah, if
Bobo,
sige, I like
ito,
what you said.
maniniwala ka ba sa akin? Okay.
No.
Okay, sandali, listen to me. Kasi ako naman yung, it's my turn,
Okay.
di ba? Pag sinabi kong bobo ka sa batas, will you disagree with me?
Yes.
Oh.
So, okay.
Tapos
Can
ang
I
usapan.
can I say?
Okay,
So hindi
yun
mo
naman.
sinabi kasi
Last one, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ito na lang. Hindi mo kasi sinabi na bobo ako sa batas eh. Sinabi mo bobo ako. So,
Well, ano ba pinag-uusapan natin yung video mo?
yeah, sure. Because sinabi mo
Do
kasi
I have any?
No.
Well,
No, because-
alam ko ba kung magaling kang magluto? Alam ko
No.
ba kung magaling ka sa math? Wala
Hindi
akong
mo alam.
idea
Kaya
doon.
nga,
Pero
hindi, ang
alam
point-
ko na
Yes.
bobo ka sa batas.
Hindi,
That's it.
attorney. Ano lang, sa akin simple. Sinabi mo kasi that you're just saying bobo yung sinabi ko, hindi ako. Yun ang sinabi, di ba? Pero if you watch your video, sinabi mo, syunga ka, bobo ka.
Yes.
Yun.
Yes.
So, you contradicted yourself because you said
I'm
na
not
hindi mo sinabi
contradicting
yun.
myself.
Sinabi mo na bobo yung sinabi ko, pero ngayon, yun ang sinabi mo ngayon. Pero in reality, sinabi mo ako yung bobo. And what I'm
Ano ba
saying
ang
is,
basis ko?
Okay.
Okay.
And-
Ano ba ang basis ko
Je-
kung bakit kita sinabing bobo? Math ba?
hindi, ang point
Hindi,
ko
di ba?
lang is,
Crypto ba?
hindi,
Crypto ba?
Gentlemen,
Pwede natin pag-usapan yung crypto.
gentlemen, please. Both of you guys are actually spending more time on ad hominems right now. We're not on the
Yes.
topic anymore. So, could we please try to get back on the topic? Sorry for that. For intervening. I know you guys are having fun, but I think we're going far from the topic. Mr. Tan, you have 5 minutes. I guess you can. Just to let you guys know, we're almost close to an hour mark. So if you guys want
Okay.
to extend, just let us know. All right.
Okay,
Mr.
I
Tan,
guess
go ahead.
we can tackle one more topic, I guess. But I think we've tackled
if you-
naman most of it na eh. We've
Okay. So
tackled-
if you want to start with the new topic right now, Mr. Tan, or should we know?
I don't know kasi we talked about already the 1-year bar rule. We talked about due process. We talked about inaction. We talked about initiated, what it means. I think we've tackled all of it. I'm okay if attorney, if you want to make other points, you can. I'd be more than happy to answer. Siguro kasi we can do it as a wrap up na lang siguro or maybe final arguments.
Yeah.
Okay, sige,
I
ito
think-
na lang siguro uli natin
Yes.
pag-usapan.
Okay.
Okay. Can anybody choose to defy the Supreme Court ruling? For example, the House of Representatives or the Senate. Pwede ba? Because of their
That's-
nature. Because
Yeah.
of their nature being
Yes.
sabi mo nga, 'di ba?
Yes.
They are they have the exclusive
Yes.
power to
Initiate
try and decide, initiate, ganon. Ngayon, itong particular na decision na ito, meron ba silang kapangyarihan para hindi sundin yan? Pag ano yung basis?
Yeah, honestly, that's a tough question because this is what is happening right now is nagkakaroon tayo ng possible constitutional crisis. Kasi nga, may punto ang Kongreso, may punto ang Senado, may punto din ang Supreme Court. And ngayon, ang nangyayari dito is it's a question of what do you believe happened. And in my case, the way I see it, what happened is nagkaroon nga ng judicial overreach. And kasi walang ang grave abuse of discretion. Yun yung bottom line eh, walang grave abuse of discretion. If merong grave abuse of discretion that was defended properly and logically explained, then fine. But ako hindi ko nakita yung reason na binigay ng Supreme Court. Binasa ko tong 97 pages. I'm sure you did too, attorney. And honestly, I did not understand and see where the grave abuse of discretion happened according to the explanation. What I saw happen was na pinalitan nila yung mga iba't ibang interpretation to suit their judgment or their decision. So in that case, can the Senate or the Congress disregard the ruling? The way I see it, they can. It will cause a constitutional crisis, and it is within their right to do so. It is written in the Constitution because nga it's arguable kung may nagkaroon ng grave abuse of discretion or wala.
So okay, narinig ko na naman kasi yung I believe eh. Yun kasi ang problema eh. Sometimes of
And change
course,
it. Forget I believe. That's what I read.
Anong ipapalit mo doon?
Yun ang nabasa ko.
I know.
Sure, why
Ano na
not?
lang, ito kasi okay, sabi mo they can defy it. 'Di ba? They can defy it.
I said it's arguable.
It's arguable.
Yes.
Okay. So ngayon, yung sinasabi mo na explanation mo, meron ka bang legal basis diyan?
Yes, actually, it's in the Constitution.
Anong sabi? Hindi, yung defiance defiance nasa
hindi
Constitution
defiance,
ba na
hindi defiance.
you can defy the Supreme Court decisions? Ganon? When it
No.
forms part of the law of the land?
Accountability of Officers, Section 11. Article 11, yun lang.
So, hindi. Nasa Section 11, yung pwedeng
The House of
i-defy
Representatives
yung...
shall have the exclusive power to initiate
No.
all cases of
Ang
impeachment.
tanong ko kasi yung kasi di ba ang tanong ko nung umpisa, yung pwede ba nilang i-defy yung Supreme Court decision? Sabi mo, oo. Sabi ko, ano yung basis mo?
Yeah. Okay,
Anong
because
basis
they
mo?
have the power to initiate all cases of impeachment according to the Constitution, and they have internal rules that has to be respected by the co-equal branch of government, which is the judicial body, 'di ba? Co-equal 'yan eh. So, ang nangyari dito kasi by the Supreme Court making a ruling where there was no grave abuse of discretion, na they did a no judicial overreach. Kaya in reality, if you think about it, because of that, that's why I'm saying it's arguable. Kasi kung nagkaroon ng judicial overreach, then hindi kailangan sundan yan ng Kongreso. And it's happened in previous impeachments.
Okay, sige, sige. So kung ganito, sinabi mo nga, 'di ba, na well, magtatanong muna ulit ako sa iyo. Sino ba ang magsasabi na unconstitutional lang isang bagay?
Kung unconstitutional, Supreme Court?
Supreme Court, okay.
Yep.
So sinabi ng Supreme Court na unconstitutional yan. So
Yep.
ibig mo bang sabihin, the House of Representatives and the Senate can defy the Constitution?
They cannot defy the Constitution, but the Supreme
Okay,
Court is not the
done,
Constitution.
done.
They are merely interpreting the Constitution, and in this case nga, nagkaroon sila ng pagkakamali at overreach when it comes to their interpretation, because lumalabas dito is parang nagkaroon nga ng amendments to the Constitution, especially with the pages on due process. Nagulat ako na sinasabi nila
So,
kailangan
wait,
may
sige,
evidence kasama sa impeachment complaint. Wala naman nakalagay sa section sa Article 11 yan na kailangan may
Ano bang sinasabi mong evidence kasi na part of due process?
na sinabi ng Supreme Court na irony, this is the irony. Pag tinignan mo yung kanilang ruling inaamin nila na hindi nakalagay sa Constitution sa Article 11 na kailangan maglagay ng ebidensya kasama sa impeachment complaint. Inaamin nila yun na hindi kailangan. And
Pero
okay,
sige.
then they contradicted themselves after saying naman na pero sinasabi namin na ilagay nyo dapat yung evidence. Kailangan bigyan ng due process. Pero hindi na nakalagay yun. So that's what I mean by
yun nga yung punto kasi
they're
doon.
making
Kasi
additional requirements that weren't there.
You're stuck with the section that you've been reading from the very beginning.
No, because we're not,
Hindi our constitution is not only section yung section na binabasa mo. Sorry,
Article
I
11.
did not memorize yung citation mo. Okay? It's not limited to that. Kaya nga ano ba ang sinabi ng Supreme Court? Unconstitutional ba because of violation of that? O unconstitutional because of lack of due process and inaction and dismissal and adjournment of the Congress. 'Di ba? Yun naman ang sinabi nilang unconstitutional
Yes.
Hindi naman yung binabanggit nyo lagi at paulit-ulit kayo dyan sa Section 3 na yan, Article 11, Section, Section 3. Yan kayo paulit-ulit na bumabalik. Pero hindi naman yan yung dahilan ng Supreme Court kung bakit nila dineclare na unconstitutional yung impeachment kay VP Sara Duterte.
pero attorney, the whole discussion we have here is the impeachment. The impeachment
Yes.
is covered completely by Article 11. So we have to look at Article 11 and include that as a major part of our discussion because ando doon nakalagay lahat ng rules na kailangan sundan. Lahat. Sinundan ba? Ang tanong lang, sinundan ba o hindi? Kung sinundan, walang grave abuse, lahat nagawa according to the Constitution. Yun lang naman
Hindi yan. Mali kasi yung ginagawa nyo Even
Bakit?
you guys, you were not there. Kaya
But-
nga, we have to argue in relation to the decision.
Yes,
To the
I
people
agree.
that the decision is wrong.
But the
Hindi yung
decision is
pupunta kayo
based
dun sa
on the
iba-ibang proseso. Wait, 1 minute please.
Sorry. My
Hindi
apologies.
yung
Give a
pumupunta-punta
moment,
kayo
yes.
dun sa iba-ibang parte ng impeachment proceeding tapos doon kayo magni-nitpicking. Hindi, because may grounding ang Supreme Court doon sa kanilang desisyon. And let's talk about that. You challenge that. Yun yung
Okay.
mga dapat nyong bigyan ng pansin. Hindi yung gumagawa kayo ng sarili-sarili yung issue. Like for example, may initiation ba? O wala namang initiation, pumasok yung 1/3. The Supreme Court did not make that as an issue. It was part of the explanation. But the main issues are actually doon sa dulo. Kahit basahin mo lang yung dulo, makikita mo na doon kung bakit siya naging unconstitutional. Lack of due process, tapos inaction, tapos nagkaroon ng adjournment.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, so I like that. You broke it down into 2 points: inaction and lack of due process. So again, I don't know, Shin, if you agree or not, but we're going around in circles with the inaction and lack of due process because sa inaction, sinabi ko nga na according to the Constitution, and even they admit it, na hindi nga lumampas ng 10 session days. So walang inaction nangyari kasi kailangan nga ma-archive yan dahil nga may pumasa ng 4th impeachment complaint. Kung hindi nakakuha ng 1/3 signatories yung 4th impeachment complaint, tapos in-archive nila yung 3, yan, ngayon may inaction.
Well,
Yun.
kayo ang nag-iimbento
Hindi invento yun.
Hold on. Let Attorney Libayan explain himself. Since you
sorry,
did
go ahead.
mention those
Bakit
two things,
invento?
let
Sige, go.
Attorney Libayan say what he has to say. Go ahead.
Kasi nga, ang ginagawa nyo, nag-iimbento kayo ng mga bagay na dapat ginawa ng Supreme Court. Dapat Supreme Court, ganito yung ginawa mo. Dapat ganito yung ginawa mo. Hindi nyo ina-argue in relation to how the Supreme Court actually decided on the case. Nag-i-strawman kayo. Parang yung
hindi-
sinasabi mo na 10 days, 10 days. Bumalik naman tayo dyan. May issue ba tungkol sa 10 days? Sinabi mo
Wala.
na noong umpisa, wala.
Wala.
So
Kasi
why
nga,
do we keep coming back to the 10
because you
days
said
and the 10
inaction
days?
Because the inaction is still referring to the 10 days and hindi daw
No.
hindi daw refer sa Committee on Justice. Yun ang sinasabi nilang inaction.
Hindi specific na sinabi ng Supreme Court na hindi refer ganun-ganun. Sinabi niya in action because ultimately it was archived. Pag na-archive ba ang isang kaso, gagalaw ba ito?
Hindi.
Yes or no? Hindi. May in-action ba o wala?
Wala. Dahil may fourth impeachment complaint na transmit sa Senado. Tama ba
Yung
mali?
fourth
Tama ba
impeachment,
yun, mali?
sorry. Sandali. Yung fourth impeachment complaint, kasali ba yung doon sa fourth impeachment complaint yung naunang tatlong impeachment complaint?
Hindi ko alam. Maybe not.
Oh, hindi mo alam. Ngayon,
Does it matter?
gumalaw. Okay.
Does it
Siyempre,
matter?
it matters. Gumalaw ba yung fourth impeachment complaint?
Yes. Na-transmit sa
Gumalaw ba
Senado.
yung tatlong impeachment complaint na na-archive?
Hindi. Dahil pag gumalaw yun,
Tapos.
labag yan sa konstitusyon.
Tapos. Diba?
Tama,
Kasi
diba?
nga, kayo ang mali. Kasi kayo ang gumagawa ng sarili nyong interpretasyon. Hindi kayo abogado. Daig nyo pa yung
interpretasyon yun
13-0.
Nasa
Tapos,
Constitution
hindi.
yun
Ganito dapat yung decision.
Teka,
What's your thesis?
guys. Yeah. Hold on. Okay,
Okay.
so ang ano dito is like, okay, we already hit the 1 hour mark. I think we're all
Okay.
just battling the integrity of kung sinong attorney o hindi dito.
Okay.
So, I guess I think we should actually, we're just like you said, we're already going in circles, and
Yep.
as far as like your points,
Yeah, let's go.
everybody already said their points. Ang masasabi ko na lang is like, I guess we can actually go for the closing here. Attorney Libayan, since we're guests here, I'll have you start, and then we'll have the host actually, do the last one. Attorney Libayan, take it away.
Thank you, Chris. Salamat sa pagpatol doon sa aking paanyaya. And like I said, the people who know me naman, issue hindi tao. And yung tinawag kitang bobo ka talaga sa batas. Okay? I'm sorry to say that, pero totoo. Pag sasabihin mo sa akin na bobo ako kunwari sa isang bagay na hindi ko alam, I will not be offended. Well, aaminin ko na bobo ako sa math. And I tell that to everyone. And I don't get offended. Kaya kung sinasabi mong bobo ka sa lahat ng bagay, well, nakita naman natin yung live stream. 'Di ba? Nakita naman natin kung ano yung topic. Speaking of topic, yun kasi dapat ang gawin natin kapag tayo ay nakikipagdiskurso. Okay?
Mhm.
If we will talk about the Supreme Court decision, let's talk about the Supreme Court decision and let's attack the Supreme Court decision. Sa lahat na nanonood, ito lang yung gusto kong sabihin sa inyo. No? Parang awa nyo na. Okay? Let's not resort naman to besmirching the reputation of institutions dahil hindi natin gusto kung ano yung ginawa nila. You are free to comment. You are free to criticize. Pwede kang tumawag ng bobo as long as it is in line with what you are doing. Pero if it's out of the line, hindi naman na pwede. Kasi nga, yung bobo na yan, hindi naman talaga yan totally insulto. Okay? May insulto lang yung bobo. Anyway, sorry. Chris, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ano na lang.
Okay, Mr. Tan, take it away.
Yun lang. I think
Yun lang.
I got my point across.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Sorry kung
Mr. Tan.
na-offend ka, pero
Okay, so unang-una, Attorney Bayan, salamat talaga na nagkakilala din tayo at nagkaroon tayo ng magandang diskurso ngayong gabing to at hindi ako na-offend like I told you sa pagtawag mo sa akin at mga sinabi mo. Natawa nga ako actually kaya tinanggap ko yung hamon mo. Kasi kung tingin ko sa iyo isang tao na ganun ka babaw yung pagdiskurso, hindi ako pumayag makipagdebate kasi alam ko na kaya natin makipag-usap at mag-usap ng iba't ibang panig at ibang paniniwala at kaya pa rin natin makapag-usap at yun ang nagugustuhan ko sa mga ganitong klaseng debate. Na kahit na hindi tayo magkakasundo, we can agree to disagree. And that is the beauty of a democracy. At I am still I'm sure that we will still have our crosswell paths and you will have points that you will disagree with me and I will have points that I'll disagree with you and maybe we'll do this again. For me, ang nanalo dito ngayong gabi ay ang taong bayan. Whether you support Duterte or BBM or Pink, it doesn't matter. Nanalo ang taong bayan kasi napakinggan natin yung dalawang sides ng usapan na to. At kayo ang magdedesisyon kung anong punto o anong panig ang paniniwalaan nyo. Yun lang yun. So, salamat attorney, salamat Shin, appreciate ko yung oras yung dalawa. And attorney, kung gusto mo, pwede mag-debate on Bitcoin. I would love to debate that because I know you have very strong views on it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
nakita ko kasi binanggit sa comments na, oh yun, attorney, at gusto kayo nagkas about Bitcoin. May mga galit sa akin daw kasi Bitcoin guru ako. So if you want, we can do that again. And
Pero
with the
tanong ko,
moderator.
Bitcoin guru ka ba talaga? Para alam ko
I'm
naman
not.
kung sino yung kalaban
They
ko.
call it, sila nagtatawag sa akin ng Bitcoin guru. I'm not. Nakita ko lang
So,
yung
wait, so
Bitcoin.
you're not a Bitcoin guru.
No, I'm
It's
not.
just
No,
that they have-
no.
so somebody told you that.
People are just saying that. But I see naintindihan ko yung Bitcoin at kaya I put my money where my mouth is. Yun lang yun. So, and I love talking to people about it, especially people that disagree kasi maganda makita yung punto ng tao na hindi pa naintindihan kung ano yung teknolohiya na yun. Yun lang yun. But anyway, going back to the ending, thank you so much, Shin. I appreciate your moderation. Malaking tulong yun. And attorney, thank you na pareho tayong medyo, kahit tumataas yung usapan, na kaya natin ibalik pa rin at naging maayos yung usapan natin ngayong gabi. Salamat sa mga viewers din natin.
Kay Shin. Shin, thank you. Pasensya ka na. Kami yung magulo, hindi ikaw.
Hindi, ayos lang, sanay na
Yes,
ako.
okay. So,
sorry.
No problem, attorney.
sige. So with that,
Okay.
salamat
Thank
sa inyo lahat. Magandang gabi sa inyo
Magandang
lahat.
gabi.
And attorney, I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.